our next session. We're doing with beta today what we did with alpha 2 days ago. We don't expect to have any issues. You can see how good beta's being, putting on the goat harness that I have for him. He has learned so much. And we're going to ground drive him just like we did alpha. We're going to back him into the cart shafts, and I have some tentative straps to connect the shafts to the harness. I want them to start feeling the weight of the cart shafts when they're being ground driven. And then one of these days when they're being cart driven, with the cart attached to their harness, they'll feel the weight then. But beta is being so good. I'm very proud of him, and I will be showing you if he gets a good grade. I'm Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Alpaca Girl. And Tavis, as much as you can, stand behind. Because you remember, we used to have problems with beta that he would swing his hips over. And we don't want that happening when he's in cart shafts. Did you have any problem getting them in?
No, it was pretty good.
Okay, I told them this morning they had school at 10, and that's in fact what they're doing now. Would it help to have a arm extension in your hand? Tavis, do you want an arm extension to touch him on his hips or his butt?
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. We have all of this equipment here as needed. I'm going to grab one of these lightweight long PVCs. It's going to be hotter later, but we meet at 10 o'clock to avoid the heat. Do you want to hold on to this?
I have 2 hands already.
Yeah, okay. It's the PVC. I'm going to put it over here in case you want to come and get it. Remember, this is our corridor, our training corridor. There are our carts. We're going to back beta into the metal shaft cart. We hope. That's what I used to do with horses and cows, and it meant to them to move, to go forward. Well, he's definitely going forward. He's not sure. I can tell by his body language, he's not sure what is the right answer. He's trying to give us the right answer. why don't we go out to the big pasture and try to back into the shafts on the way back?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure when we're out there, he'll understand what his job is, what the right answer is. He's trying to understand it. And we're trying to make it clear. And I'm trying to not fall down. The Urban Alpaca Girl is 81 years old. And I'm walking on uneven ground. At least I can see the ground, but it's not like walking on concrete or wood planks. And I'm going to head towards where I know Beta is likely to be within a couple minutes. Yep, he's coming. He's coming towards the big pasture. We've got the gate closed, but that's because it helps us to get them into the training area, but we'll open it now. I expect Alpha to join us, but we'll see. Beta certainly joined us when Alpha was being led and ground driven. And I don't answer my phone when I'm videoing, but I do have it with me in case we need it for an emergency. And that's what you're hearing, is the phone ringing. As I always explain, we're going to be outside those railroad ties here eventually, going for walks, pulling a cart, riding in saddles, because there are 20 lineal miles of trails in the ranchos where no motor vehicles are allowed, and I have 5 gates out to those trails from my 6-acre property. He's resisting a little bit. We're just going to be working on cart pulling and ground driving for a while. We spent a lot of time saddle training, and we're feeling very comfortable about that. I just have to find someone who is under 100 pounds that wants to take a ride. We're going to head out towards the water tub. Alpha, 2 days ago, he went right into the tub with all fours, even though he had his harness on. Okay, now Beta is resisting. Oh, and here are the goat boys. I'm pretty sure they're going to come in. One of these days when I get a smaller wheeled vehicle, we'll be working with them to pull. Yeah, they came right through the gates. They walk around the property here at will. They've never offered to try to leave the property. And at night, we keep them in that fenced area near the house where there's lattice so that neighborhood dogs and we hope wildlife won't go in. And I watch them with surveillance cameras and I have lights on in there. As soon as I turn this corner, you'll see Beta at his water tub, but he's not as enthusiastic as Alpha is to get in. Yes, he's stepping in with his left leg. Wonderful. And by the way, here are the goat boys following us out. And the reason we call Beta Beta and Alpha Alpha is because when we started training, we noticed that Alpha was pretty quick to learn things and he wasn't afraid. And we think that they learn by watching each other. Oh, a little bit of issues here. We might not get as much done today as we did 2 days ago with Alpha, but that's okay. We're trying to accomplish our objectives one baby step at a time. And here again are the goat boys. I call him Brownie and him Blackie. There's not much ground driving going on here because Beta is needing the lead line control more than Alpha was. So the next time we do this, we absolutely have to have a third person. I'll try to arrange that, I hope. Here, the goat boys are joining us and going back. They don't have any desire to leave Shadrach Farms. They go under gate rails and fence rails and between gates readily. While we're at it, let's watch them go out. Yep, between the gates. Now, is Blackie gonna go under or through the horizontal rails, or is he gonna follow Brownie's lead in between the gates? Yeah, I think he's going to go in between. He just kind of tried to get through the horizontal rails and met up with a little resistance. Oh no, he is going to go under. Yep, he went under on his knees. I have not seen any YouTube shows like this, like mine on YouTube. I'm basing my behavioral objectives and training methods on what I've learned for decades working with horses and mini cows. I don't think you've been able to get behind him at all, am I correct?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay. Oh, he's getting excited. Okay. Alpacas are only a couple 100 pounds, not 1,200 pounds. So if they get excited, it's a little bit easier to control them. Here are the goat boys enjoying the water tub. And Alpha never came out. He stayed back here. He's an independent sort. And by the way, there have been no issues between the alpacas and the goats. Alpha is more interested in watching the goats right now than he is in watching his buddy alpaca, Beta. We come out for every lesson with objectives in mind, but we remain flexible in sub-objectives as needed based on whether or not we've been able to accomplish each step of the way. And this is often what the alpacas do with carrots. I put them in the feeder. They put them in their mouths. If they drop them on the ground, they often leave them on the ground. Then when I go by later, I put it back in the feeder. I have a saying, out of mouth, out of mind. Once it falls out of their mouth, they don't seem to pursue. Okay, here we are back at the cart shafts. We're just trying to back them up. And what did I bring out to maybe connect? I don't think we'll get there today, but some dog collars, some stretchy, lightweight, not ropes, but bands. If you look on the Urban Cowgirl Show, you'll see that I train my mini cows to pull carts. Are you going to back into the wooden shaft?
I'm just making him go back.
Okay, just go back. Use the word. He will learn the word if we're consistent to use the word. Tavis is saying back. He's saying it quietly, but I don't mind if you say it loudly. Well, I can tell you so far my evaluation is Alpha was much better at this review than his Beta, which doesn't surprise me. Okay, good. Now he's backing, and you're saying back, and his ears are listening to me, and he's watching the goats as well. Yeah, you see how he's ducking his neck? It's because he sees those goats, I think. Remember, I'm a mathematician, a credentialed math teacher. I've been tutoring math for over 40 years. When I see a target objective is not reachable because prerequisite skills are not there, no longer there, maybe never there, I have to adjust my goals for each session. Whoops. When we've got him untacked, I want to have a short conversation with you on the screen, on the camera, of your idea of what we should do next with Beta. We definitely, our next session, I think we should repeat Beta before we go back to Alpha. And we should have a third person here to help guide him with the lead line so that you can be guiding him with your drive lines. And we can back him into the shafts. I'm going to walk over here because I have a contractor here who was working on my solar hardware. We'll be done in a few minutes. Can you wait? You might enjoy watching. We're trying to keep all our tack organized but convenient. Here come the goats. See, they had no interest in staying out in the pasture because their herd mates came back here. And I'm just going to keep these tack extensions here. If and when we can get Beta backed into the cart shafts, we're going to try to somehow let Beta feel the weight of the shafts. safely so that he doesn't freak out and get hung up in the shafts.
Okay.
Okay, if you can keep those with the harness, that is a goat harness. Okay,
Looks like suspended.
well, that's the end of our session today, and I usually like to give grades. I'm going to say for Beta, based on what I expected him to be able to remember, a B minus. He should have, I was hoping, remember better what it was like to be ground driven, but he apparently didn't. So we'll do some extra special exercises with him, and we'll show you how he improves himself. And remember, we're going to hitch him to one of the two carts, probably the metal shaft cart. It's both boys. We hope. Not soon, but maybe this summer, later this summer, and it's now the middle of August. And because I want to get your take on it, can you come close to the camera and give me your prediction and observations?
He needs a lot more work.
He needs a lot more work.
Yeah. And
But you recall
he's
that
doing
he,
better, but yeah, I think just more work.
okay, but do you recall that he was much better at ground driving months
Yeah,
ago?
It's, I think he still remembered some of it. And
Yeah.
So he wasn't just freaking out all the time. So I think he still remembers a little. But I just think more work.
Because that's who Beta
and
is.
He'll get used to it faster, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to stop our session today, and please subscribe and stay tuned for the Urban Alpaca Girl Show.